Hi there guys, and welcome to another Red Gaming Tech gaming news special. I have a couple of items of news for you today. I know I normally do one bigger piece of news per gaming news special, but today I've got two smaller pieces of news in one, and well, because I'm just really generous like that, I'm going to give them to you in one video. The first one is about the Ouya, which is going to be shipping to developers on December 28th. Going to be shipping then and will be within the hands of developers within a couple of days, according to the team behind it. Any dev who pledged the required funds to the console's Kickstarter fund will be the first to get the very powerful, interesting looking Android box. These developer units will supposedly be special, they say. As they've been saying pretty much since day one, the final console, every single one of them, will be a developer console. It will be completely open source and anyone can do what they will with the console. But what they didn't tell you was that the advanced development consoles are pretty damn special. They don't actually go into specifics as to what that will entail, but hopefully when December 28th finally arrives, we will get some more light shed on it. This is going to be rather interesting to see what happens when the developers receive their consoles. It'd be interesting to see their perspective on the finished product and what these special kits actually entail. As I said, you know, pretty much every single Ouya is going to be technically a developer kit because it's going to come with the software, it's going to be open hackable, as I already said. So it'd be interesting to see how they've made it more special, and also the developers' take on the small little box, which is probably going to be rather interesting for numerous people, mostly because of the cheap and cheerful price. So I'm sure many of us will be looking forward to December 28th, even though obviously that's after Christmas, sad face, but still. Be cool to get some more information on this console, as personally I think it's going to be a little bit of a storm actually. It's not going to set the world on fire or anything like that, but I reckon it's going to be more interesting than some people give it credit for. And the second piece of news here today in this gaming news special is that sign-ups for the God of War Ascension beta are now open until December 7th. This is the Ascension multiplayer beta. Unfortunately, no beta for the single player seems to be available as of yet. There will be a link in the description for the sign-up page, and you have until 12 PM on the December 7th to get your name on the list. So as I said, it's not going to be for the single player, which is a little bit of a shame, but the multiplayer is obviously something that's never been seen before in God of War, so I can see why they're doing testing over that rather than the single player at the moment. At any rate, I'm sure there'll be betas or demos or something for the single player at some point, but the brand new element is obviously the one that's going to require the most testing, so that's more than fair enough. As I said, you've got until December 7th to get your name on the list, and if you're lucky enough to be chosen, and I imagine you have to be pretty damn lucky in order to have that happen to you, you'll be notified via email and be given access to a section of PSN designated specifically for the beta test. So yes, it's going to be rather interesting again to see what happens with the multiplayer. Obviously this is something we've never ever seen with God of War before, as I said earlier. So I'm curious to see how well this formula is actually going to work in the God of War franchise. The fact that no one is going to be playing as Kratos is definitely a good sign, but it's still going to be interesting seeing as how God of War has always been a single player focused game and now is obviously dabbling a little bit here. Hopefully one of the people who are lucky enough to get into the beta will be kind enough to supply us all with footage. Maybe one of us will get it actually. Perhaps I can convince Spoony Kipper that he very much needs to sign up for this beta. That sounds like a mighty fine idea, because I'd love to bring you some content for you guys. Anyway, that's me done for this fairly short news video. Hope you found it interesting and somewhat helpful. As always, please do check out our channel and subscribe if you haven't already, and our website over at redgamingtech.com. Thank you again for watching. My name has been Amata, and I'll see you again next time.